Hello everyone, good day. So for all of you riders out there, I'm sure if you're like me, you get excited going to your bike knowing that you're going out for a ride, even if it's a short one to the shops around the corner. What's supposed to happen is you get on your bike, start it and go along your way. However, if you're unlucky like me, this could happen to one of those days where the battery is so drained that it just refuses to start. So nothing kills a mood like a dead battery. Yes, this happened to me due to the pandemic leaving the bike for too long, which drains the battery charge and therefore leading to something like this. I have tried to salvage this battery and no, it's not going to improve the charge, so it's just going to need to replace to a new unit after all. This particular battery had lasted me around 3 years, which is quite decent if you ask me. Alright, so in this video, I will be showing you the ridiculous place where the battery is located in the Ducati Monster. Of course, I will be also going through the painstakingly difficult process of changing a battery on my Ducati Monster 795. I imagine this process would be similar to the sibling air-cooled monsters of this era, being the 696, 796 and the 1100 as well. I have actually had the battery replaced previously a few years ago, and this was done by the workshops that has regularly replaced batteries on the Ducati Monster, so they know what they're doing. This time around, the bike actually refuses to start in my own parking bay, so there is an option to tow the bike to a workshop or to do it myself. Obviously, I chose the latter as I wish to learn more about this bike. I like an adventure and I like to save money too. Alright, so let's go through the process of getting into the battery compartment. With other bikes, most of the time the battery will be accessible through a couple of screws at most under the seat area. However, no, in the name of design, Ducati can't be placing the battery under the seat. This is to maintain a slim seat design, and in order to do that, they had to relocate the battery to a different location. So they can't put it under the seat. So where do you think they located it? Let's find out. So to go through this process, I will need to first take the seat off. Then, to take off the body panels, there are a few parts to this. Since I have a tank bag bracket, I need to use a 4mm Allen wrench for this part. So start by unscrewing the bolts that fasten the middle top section. For the original bolts, you will need a 3mm Allen wrench, and once that is done, you can take this part off. As you can see, we are left with 3 panels, being the middle lower spine, left and right tank covers. The red side tank cover need to come off first. To do that, we unfasten these screws on the sides. Let's start with the left side. Once you have unscrewed everything, you can't just simply lift it off. This thing is fastened like a hook to the middle spine. What you have to do is slide the panel up this way to unhook it from the spine, and then once it's loose, lift it off. Don't force it off, otherwise you're gonna break one of the hooks. Now we take off the right panel the same way we did the left. Now you're left with the middle spine. Go ahead, unfasten the screws to take that off too. You also have to take out the underseat tray part, as this will get in the way when you're lifting the tank. Now we have taken the body panels off, we need to lift the tank up. In order to do that, we need an 8mm wrench to unfasten the bolt here. There's an identical one on the other side too, which you have to unfasten as well. In the instructions, you can unhook the tank and you can lift the tank completely, but I've seen videos where other people do it, where they just lift the tank up and access the battery that way. So let's do it that way. Now you can see the fuel tank is lifted up. As you can see, this bolt here was fastened to the trellis frame over here. I had to slowly take it out of the socket in order to lift the tank up. Alright, so here's the battery, guys. Under the damn fuel tank, that's where it is. Finally, we got to it after taking off all these panels and lifting the fuel tank. It's ridiculous that in the name of design that they decided to place it underneath the fuel tank. I see this as an Italian bike ownership experience for definite. Is it just me who thinks this is ridiculous? Let me know in the comment section. So once I gain access to the battery, the next obvious thing to do is unscrew the terminal connectors and take the battery out. I actually bought a battery charger to see if I could salvage the battery, but after leaving it on charge and repair for a few hours and quite some time, The battery seems to fail to hold charge anyway, so it's confirmed to be a dead battery. So you can't save this battery anymore. Next obvious thing to do is to go online and order a battery. While waiting for the new battery to arrive, since the panels are out, I took this opportunity to give them a good wash and wax, making it look as new and shiny as possible. Alright, very nice. The battery this bike uses is a lead acid AGM cell, which requires some preparation. It's not just a plug and play battery. I actually made this video over here on how to properly prep an AGM cell acid battery. You may refer to this video link up here if you wish to see the process of preparing the battery properly to optimize the life of the battery. So once the battery has arrived and prepped, we proceed to the bike at the parking and get it installed. Okay, make sure when you plug in the connectors to the terminal, it's positive first, then only you plug in the negative. Many people get this wrong, and I heard you may end up shorting a fuse or something. That's what I heard, not confirmed. Okay, once the terminals are connected, lower the tank and try to see if it works now. As you can see here, the immobilizer gives a little red flash, which means it's working, something is working, even before turning the ignition on. We insert the key and turn the ignition. So good news, there is life, the ignition lights up. This Ducati is a weird one, to be honest. It doesn't have a fuel gauge. However, it has a voltage indicator, as you can see here. So before turning on the bike, we see the battery here, we have it just installed, is holding how many volts, which is great. So what is advisable for bikes that have been idle for long is to turn the ignition on. Instead of cranking the bike straight away as you normally do, we just let it sit for roughly 30 seconds to let the fuel run along the lines a bit more. Okay, so this is the moment of truth. Let's crank the bike. Start it up. So that's wonderful. We crank the bike and she starts right away. Yay! That is wonderful. So the bike is happy and I'm happy. We just need to put the bike back together, being all the body panels, under seat tray and the seat back onto the bike. Okay guys, I hope you don't have to go through this experience, but if you do, I hope it goes well for you. I'm actually glad that I did it myself and it went well, as I get to learn a bit more about my bike, and I thoroughly enjoyed it actually. I can't imagine if this was my daily rider and I need it urgently though, that would have been another experience altogether. Thank goodness I have my Honda for that. Alright, so hope you enjoyed my video, hope you learned something from it. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, and don't forget to hit the bell icon button so you don't miss out on any future content. Most importantly, stay safe, ride safe, and have a great day. Bye bye.